Hello and welcome back to 2K14 Universe. I am Jitch and you're watching Friday Night SmackDown. Have you got the guy?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring. From West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing 240 pounds,
That's right, folks. We are back here on SmackDown as we are just 9 days away from TLC, where this man will face Triple H in a ladder match to determine who will be challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship in 5 weeks' time at the Royal Rumble, brother. Well, actually, it'd be 6 weeks. 5 weeks from TLC. I got that completely wrong initially, but yes, right. The Royal Rumble is finally approaching. 2013 is finally approaching. I have a very depressing fact for you if you want something to roll your eyes at. Give me just a minute.
approaching the ring from El Paso, Texas, weighing 228 pounds, Guerrero.
I posted this in my Discord server a few days ago. It was a realization I had. We're finally in December. We're at the very end of 2012, and that's really exciting, right? This year has felt long, maybe? You might have felt that this year in this series felt long. Well, it started in July of 2022, and now we're in February of 2024, and I'm still working on 2012. So if it felt long, it's because it was. Yeah, I mean, look, there was like 200 episodes almost in the span of 2012 because I was doing Superstars for quite a while. You know, I tried 6 matches. And there's a lot of things I tried that I probably shouldn't have this year, but hey, it's not to say I won't do something like Superstars again down the line. It's just maybe when the roster's a bit bigger. Because right now it's actually not really big enough for a 4th show, honestly. So here we go, Eddie Guerrero and John Cena kicking things off here tonight on SmackDown. This is an important opportunity for Eddie Guerrero to knock off the man that could one day be the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. And you know what's really interesting is if Mark Henry is still the World Heavyweight Champion, coming out of TLC, heading into 2013, it was actually the very first episode from 2012 on Monday Night Raw that John Cena finished his rivalry with Mark Henry up. On the main event of Monday Night Raw, heading towards the Royal Rumble. So how symbolic would it be for Cena to win at the ladder match at TLC and Mark Henry to retain the World Heavyweight Championship in his match at TLC? And for that to all come together and end up being for the World Heavyweight Championship. Of course, John Cena and Mark Henry, they do have a lot of history, and all of it pertains to Friday Night SmackDown. So again, there would be some history in the making. But I'll tell you what, just as well, if Triple H wins that ladder match, this one doesn't necessarily pertain to whoever walks out as World Heavyweight Champion, but it was actually the Royal Rumble this year, almost a year ago, that Triple H last won the World Championship, or a World Championship in general. He won the World Heavyweight Championship at the Royal Rumble 2012, so he could win it again at the Royal Rumble 2013. You never know. It's very interesting to see how that one has landed for both Cena and Triple H. And I think that it will be a historic night at the Royal Rumble, regardless of who's facing for the championship. But I will say this, regarding TLC, we have a big announcement to do with the World Heavyweight Championship. And I need to kick it off here tonight on SmackDown by talking about it, because it's part of the reason for tonight's SmackDown main event, as a matter of fact. Paul Heyman, as we know, the SmackDown general manager, he can be a very controversial guy. He can do things that rub his talent the wrong way. That rub a lot of people the wrong way. People don't necessarily love Paul Heyman. I don't think he's going to get much love from Sheamus for this one, because Paul Heyman said that Sheamus has lost every match on the road to TLC, and perhaps he was wrong to give Sheamus an opportunity at the World Heavyweight Championship at TLC, and he's reevaluated things, and he said, you know what, Sheamus, you lost the Big Show multiple times on your road to the World Heavyweight Championship. Big Show has looked nothing but prominent. So Paul Heyman made the decision for Big Show that Big Show would be facing Mark Henry for the World Heavyweight Championship in a chairs match at TLC, whilst Sheamus will be getting the championship opportunity he should have gotten at Survivor Series, and that is the Intercontinental Championship. However, instead of putting a loser, as Paul Heyman says, like Sheamus, on his more prestigious TLC show, he will still give Sheamus a big spotlight. He'll give him the main event tonight on SmackDown for the Intercontinental Championship against Andre the Giant. So Sheamus has got the chance to do something big here tonight. He could end Andre the Giant's championship reign before it even gets started. Just under 3 weeks removed from when Andre won it at Survivor Series. But I gotta tell you, that is shocking phrasing from Paul Heyman. I would not dare say such things about Sheamus. Attitude adjustment connecting on Eddie Guerrero. Here's the cover attempt. Is this going to be the end of this match? Yes, it is. I don't know what has happened to Eddie Guerrero. Unfortunately, he seems to have fallen off quite a bit lately. I hope he can build himself back up in the future. So if you're seeing tonight's main event and you're wondering why is Sheamus facing Andre for the Intercontinental title, it's because Paul Heyman made the decision to remove Sheamus from the main event of TLC, the World Heavyweight Championship match. It will now be Big Show and Mark Henry, as he feels that's a much more interesting money match. And Sheamus will instead be fighting for a title more fitting to where he is right now in terms of success, the Intercontinental Championship. It's still important, but not headlining an important event. As we move on now, up next, yeah. Well, here we go. The World Tag Team titles will be on the line next Sunday at TLC, in a TLC match, no less. Edge and Christian looking to repeat history from last year's TLC, where they reclaimed the tag team titles after losing them at Hell in a Cell in a TLC match.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing 241 pounds, the rated R superstar, Edge.
Edge and Christian say that last year at TLC they became two-time tag team champions when they defeated the Road Warriors and retired the Road Warriors. And they say that they hope they can repeat history, not only by becoming two-time World Tag Team Champions, but by putting an end to the Coalition, by saying goodbye to Damien Sandow and Scott Steiner. And obviously Edge and Christian have made many jabs about how this team is not on the same level as the Road Warriors, not even close.
And approaching the ring, representing the Coalition from Detroit, Michigan, weighing 276 pounds, one half of the World Tag Team Champions, Scott Steiner.
I'll tell you, I like that tag title on Big Papa Pump. I said it before, I say it again, that looks great on him. I don't think it's a championship that would look bad on Scott Steiner, to be honest. I could visualize the United States title, the Intercontinental, the WWE, the World Heavyweight. I think they'd all look great on Scott Steiner, even the European Championship, although I must admit I don't know why he would settle for that. This guy is, well, he's a big deal. I feel like if he was to lose the World Tag Team titles at TLC, I feel like the natural conclusion for Scott Steiner is to focus on the Royal Rumble match, which he will no doubt be a part of. So we go, Scott Steiner and Edge kicking things off in this one-on-one match. I don't know why I said kicking things off. We already had Eddie Guerrero, John Cena kick things off. I just like saying that things get kicked off. Up next, we got an interesting tag team matchup. Obviously, last week, Ultimate Warrior and Ryback were both stood up in singles competition against John Cena and Triple H individually. They say they're not finished with the tag division here on SmackDown. They want more opportunities as a team, and they're going to get it here tonight as they face off against two men that have been very prevalent in the rise and fall of Ryback simultaneously. One, of course, Robert Scorpio, who he has exchanged a lot of losses and a couple wins with, and Fandango, who Ryback has defeated multiple times. Robert, Scorpio, and Fandango teaming up tonight. I was told that Robert Scorpio is very, very thrilled at the opportunity, the blessing, to team up with Fandango. He says, first I get to beat this man, which was unbelievable. I did not deserve that win at all. And now I get to face off alongside him. And of course, with the Royal Rumble looming soon after TLC, keep an eye on who I predict to win the 2013 Royal Rumble. It'll be fun. No, sorry, that was me. I didn't mean to laugh. Just, I don't know what I'm saying. And of course, the Royal Rumble, as I mentioned before, it is on the way soon enough, and I imagine this is 2 superstars. Win or lose at TLC, you can expect to see in that Royal Rumble match from SmackDown. It will be these 2. Of course, for those who don't know, 15 superstars from Raw, 15 superstars from SmackDown. The Royal Rumble is coming up this way, and it might actually be a little differently balanced than that. It might be more like 20 superstars from Raw, 10 from SmackDown. You never know. The Royal Rumble is unpredictable. It's slamming down the head of Scott Steiner onto the mat. And this would be a big win for Edge here tonight if he could defeat Scott Steiner. Remember, it was R-Truth that defeated Scott Steiner last week on SmackDown. And I think that came as a gigantic shock to everyone that R-Truth did just that. And we have been told again, I believe, that tonight it is, I want to say tonight, Zack Ryder and Damien Sandow one-on-one. And of course, if R-Truth, no, sorry, it's R-Truth and Sandow. And if R-Truth can defeat Sandow as well, then next week him and Ryder will get a shot at the tag titles just 2 days prior to TLC. The Truth's already knocked off the, technically speaking, harder one. He's beaten Big Papa Pump. But of course, with that being said, you know, Damien Sandow is a very decorated former multi-time champion, a Grand Slam champion, I must remind you. Damien Sandow is. And so, of course, with that being said, I do feel like R-Truth could have a hard time later on tonight. That's right, Steiner wrench him back on the shitty neck of Edge.
When you get in control like this, you want to throw everything at your opponent, and that could be what we're seeing here.
Edge getting fired up, and Steiner obviously saying that he was none of that, or well, actually, he wants a little more of that than I thought he did.
Oh, jeez, careful! That thing's not meant to be walked on.
It's okay, they're not walking on it anymore.
Back into the ring now. There he goes.
Back out of the ring they go, of course. And I've got some big news regarding the big return next Sunday at TLC, which I will get around to later on in the night. Hopefully I remember to actually announce it and I don't just forget. But that's right, we have some big news regarding that return. Oh, wow. I've got some big news regarding that return. I'm looking forward to getting to break the news later on. I think we'll wait until the next match. Inside the ring we go indeed, and into the corner. German suplex, bridging into the cover here on Scott Steiner, and only a 2. I think Edge has held his own pretty nicely here against Scott Steiner in singles competition tonight. Last week, Christian defeated Damien Sandow in singles competition as well.
This match has been 100 miles an hour since the opening bell.
As Edge strikes in. Oh, there's the leg sweep.
I think this match may be over for
Back and forth between these two, consistently exchanging control between one another. And that's really the question here, right? Who's going to gain the advantage and take control, maintain control? It really feels like we're in the feeling out process.
I don't know as a WWE superstar if you ever have those thoughts of self-doubt.
Big drop kick there by Edge. Takes down Scotty Steiner. And, oh, that's not legal. That's not legal. Right in front of the referee, who's doing some kind of Team Skull dance in response to that. Working the arm. I don't really know why. Here we go. The Steiner recliner used on a Steiner. I mean, it's a camouflage, let's be honest. And Scott Steiner able to pull himself out of that one. Uh-oh, here comes the Steiner screwdriver. Got him. That's got to be it. Nope, he's going to waste time. I mean, he might still get him. Nope. You can't waste time off your finishing move. We're going along with this match tonight, fellas. Ooh, Flapjack takes down Scott Steiner there. And here's a cover-up from Edge on Steiner. And I thought we were done there. We've yet to see a spear from Edge, surprisingly. It's like 7 minutes deep. I think we're about to there, but he got struck by Steiner, and Scott Steiner continues to be completely in control here. And here comes JBL. It's a strange time to get involved here. JBL. Oh, what is JBL doing? Last week a couple weeks ago, he shook the hand of Edge. And here comes Christian to even the odds. Naturally, I think he's assuming that JBL is up to no good, and obviously, Scott Steiner seemed like he didn't really want JBL here. Speaking of that, though, JBL may not be here. Uh-oh. Oh, Christian. No. Oh, good God. That might have just taken Christian out of action. That is exactly what took Booker T out of action. JBL on the apron. Referee pays no attention. And Edge gets a win off the distraction from JBL, who I think made a huge mistake there and cost Big Papa Pump a very important match. I hope Christian is okay. That was a brutal powerbomb on the outside there from JBL. Well, speaking of JBL, we may have seen the last of him on SmackDown just there, because I have been told that the Primetime Players made their choice, and next Wednesday on NXT in an EYS challenge, it will be the Primetime Players up against JBL and Rick Rude, the two bottom superstars ranked here on SmackDown. JBL may be not only out of the coalition, and that might have been a huge screw-up to lead the coalition on, but we may be seeing the former WWE champion over on Wednesday nights going forward. And my controller has just stopped working. Okay, it's back now. Yeah, now we're talking.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, Fandango.
Listen, we got to get this guy off of announcer's duty, honestly. How do you take pride in introducing a star like Fandango so weakly? Justin Roberts. See? That's what you just... Well, here he comes. Let me just say this. Could we see the beginning of a beautiful alliance between Fandango and Robert Scorpio? Well, Scorpio actually said that he wanted to focus on, singles championships. He's still got his eye on the European Championship. But I mean, maybe SmackDown needs more tag teams right now, and could be a big opportunity for both Fandango and Robert Scorpio, if you know what I'm saying. But of course, just like everyone else, I know it's a little bit early to be talking about it so much, but the Royal Rumble does loom in the near future, and obviously this is everyone involved in this match. You know, it's a set of people that could really benefit from a big Royal Rumble victory. And, you know, there's going to be plenty of people in that Rumble match that I think will be great potential winners. but none better than Fandango. I don't know why I'm laughing. I don't know, there's nothing funny about this. This is all very genuine.
And his tag team partner from the United Kingdom, Robert Scorpio.
For the record, it's not irony, it's not sarcasm. I'm not actually hating on Fandango. Secretly, I do actually like Fandango. I'm maybe overselling it a little bit because I thought it would be fun. But just so we're clear, I'm not hating on Fandango. I do genuinely like him. Just wanted to clear that up in case anyone's like, oh, is this just like a shtick where he actually doesn't like him and he's just really playing it up to the humor? Like, yeah, I'm playing it up, but no, I do actually. I was a Fandango fan. You could catch me Fandangoing. Okay, maybe that's not true. I do remember Fandangoing though. What a time. Ryback, I believe, put out on his Twitter earlier today that if he loses this match, he will retire. Until next week.
From Sin City, weighing 291 pounds, Ryback.
That's right, the stakes are very high here. We could see Ryback retire until next week's SmackDown, guys. What a shame that would be. But boom, there he is, that big guy. What a weirdo. What a freak. And his weirdo partner. A match made in heaven, I tell you what.
And his tag team partner, weighing 275 pounds, the Ultimate Warrior.
I'll tell you what, say what you want about Ryback and the Ultimate Warrior, but these are two people that very rightfully hated on a very terrible man. And that's all I'll say about that. Will they make waves in the tag team division? They have officially declared themselves a part of it. So here we go, Fandango and Ryback starting things off, and there's quite a bit of history here, believe it or not. Fandango has eaten a few losses recently on SmackDown, and it all started at the hands of the big guy, Ryback. Ryback was the one to defeat Fandango for the first time since coming up to SmackDown, and Fandango, unfortunately now, his win-loss record has not looked particularly great lately. I hate to admit that, because you know me, I love Fandango! But unfortunately, he's not been doing too great as of late. In fact, his recent loss to Robert Scorpio, overall this season, and well, I mean in general, because he doesn't have any win-loss record beyond this season. Overall, Fandango now has as many losses as he has wins, so that's rather unfortunate. Overall, but obviously, you know, if he wins here tonight, then he's on the winning end of things again. I believe his current record is 9-9. For those that are wondering, and I only know that off the top of my head because I just very recently updated the wiki at long last again. That's one of the hardest things for me to remember to do. I don't know why I turned into one of the Hardy Boys there. Whoever they are. Never heard of them before. I mean, I know Matt Hardy. He was here at season 1. Don't know who the Hardy Boys are, though. Never heard of them. never in all my life. I like this sort of tag team gear for Ryback and the Warrior, and I'll tell you why I like this. It's because I made this Warrior gear myself. I don't know if this is based off of a real Warrior attire at all. I think I just made these colors myself back when I started this season, and there was never any intention of teaming these two up. But I'm looking at this right now, and I'm like, hey, that kind of works. I mean, it's like the wrong shade of purple, but like, kind of works. Completely unintentional. They actually are dressed like a tag team when Warrior wears these colors, and that's completely unintentional, but I'm happy with it. I feel like Ryback and Warrior actually kind of really works as a tag team, you know? Just two absolute lunatics. Two just muscled out nut jobs working side by side as a team. Just don't follow either of these guys on Twitter.
Who's going to get the advantage and maintain control? Back into the ring now. What an impact from that kick. That was sure a hard landing. He fails to connect. He catches him with the X handle.
I don't know if Scorpio has ever set foot in the ring with the Ultimate Warrior before. I know obviously Fandango has not. So, you know, in a way, this is a big opportunity for these guys tonight. Say what you will about Ultimate Warrior, but he is a wrestling veteran and a wrestling legend at that. And obviously, it would be a privilege to share the ring with one. And I feel like for Scorpio and Fandango, they could shock the world with this win here tonight if they could pick it up. Of course, maybe they could become a tag team here on SmackDown. As I mentioned before, I don't think that's something that Scorpio or Fandango are really looking to do, but you know, it could happen. Just because they're not looking for it doesn't mean it's not possible. It just means it wouldn't make much sense. Of course, Scorpio has been a thorn in Ryback's side this whole season. Ever since, I believe it was... I don't know who came to SmackDown first, actually, but the whole time these two have been on SmackDown, there just seems to be an exchanging of matches between them more often than not. Look at this. Check this teamwork out here. Throwing Warrior from the top onto Robert Scorpio. That is a very heavy man on a very small man. And Warrior, what are you doing?
You can hear that in different time zones. Well, he was able to reverse and get out of that. Oh, what an underhanded move. He catches him with the X handle. He's putting those educated feet to good use.
Good enziguri there by Mr. Scorpio. Of course, up next, R-Truth looks to shock the world with a victory over the other World Tag Team Champion, Damien Sandow, after he defeated Scott Steiner last week on SmackDown. Steiner now eaten 2 back-to-back losses, one at the expense of Edge defeating him, and another one last week with R-Truth defeating him. And you know, if I were a betting man, I'd say Scott Steiner is probably very dangerous right now. Because he's eaten quite a few losses recently. And obviously this week's one was, I would say, no thanks to JBL. Big meat hook there as the fans are on their feet. Has Ryback put away Robert Scorpio? No. Well, that was a real shift there, wasn't it? Right. Oh, Warrior and Scorpio exchanging roll-ups here. The classic. And it keeps on going. I didn't realize Warrior was the kind to do roll-ups, I'm going to be honest. That didn't feel like a very Warrior thing. Well, this is just going to keep going. Someone get in there and break this up, please. Oh, boy.
WWE fans watching this match all around the world.
I feel like it's going to actually end soon. Oh, there you go. When I said end, I meant like that one of them was going to be a 3, but I guess not. Tag made to Fandango now. Fandango and Warrior in the ring. And not to forget that tonight's main event is the Intercontinental Championship. And I'll tell you what, I would hate to see Andre the Giant lose that title just 19 days after he won it. But I will say this, not only can anything happen, but Sheamus is a very experienced veteran here in this universe. And he is a decorated former champion. I've mentioned this many times before, but it's worth mentioning again. he holds the record for the longest reigning European champion, as well as the most reigns, having held that title 3 times. He also holds the record for the longest reigning World Tag Team Champions and the record for the longest reigning World Heavyweight Champion. Sheamus is extremely What? Well, here comes John Cena. Ryback looks very upset about this, but my main question is why John Cena? Why? Well, he seems to have disrupted the entire flow of this match. I'm very, very confused by this interruption. I don't know who he's here. Well, it looks like Scorpio just threw Cena into the ring. Is he fighting with Scorpio? Those two were teaming up. It was Cena's words that led to Scorpio focusing on becoming a singles champion. Why would they be fighting?
Look at those eyes. Oh yeah, this could be big.
Fandango here, looking for the last dance. No.
That was. And he reversed it. Good move there. What's he gonna do here? What? Big elbow.
Is Cena fighting with Scorpio? Why? It sounds like he is. What the hell?
Going to the top, high risk.
What? Why?
No, cut off at the last second. And there's the count. What a hellaciously.
I guess the main reason I can think is because Scorpio is not following Cena's advice. He's competing in a tag team match, but it's not Cena's business, quite frankly.
And here comes his partner.
And the tag made. Scorpio in as he just got up on the apron from the distraction. And of course that did not work because it never does. Scorpio looking to finish this one with a white tiger bomb on Ryback. Ryback's been on the receiving end of this several times over. Gets him. And he doesn't connect with the pin because... What is he doing out here? I've actually got no explanation for why he would get involved in this. Oh, God, his neck. They're chanting veto. I know they're not, but that's what it sounds like. Roll-up attempt here on Ryback. And he kicks out immediately.
I just can't get over the physicality of this match. This has been brutal.
This has been a very strange... Some of these run-ins lately have made no sense, I feel. Why did JBL cost Steiner a match earlier, and now... Why is Cena so dead set on beating up Fandango? That's a very 2010s John Cena thing to do. You got over on your own, brother, and I don't like it. I'm gonna get Kane to push you off of a ramp. Well, this match has been thrown out. But that doesn't even make... Wait, why the 5 count would... Why did the 5 count get the... Man, I think the game just fucked up here, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think anything actually makes any sense here. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on, folks. Well, that was 2K14 at its finest. That was exactly what I've come to expect from this game, as a matter of fact.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring. From Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing 235 pounds. Oh, true.
I'm gonna reverse the decision, though. Not to be argumentative, I'm gonna reverse the decision because I actually feel like Scorpio and Fandango should have been declared the winners there, because the 5 count was because I don't even know who was the legal man, but Ryback and Ultimate Warrior were both in the ring until the count of 5. So I'm pretty sure that was a win for Fandango and Scorpio by DQ. For the record, the reason that Cena got involved, I found out, is because Warrior and him shook hands last week. And so they're best of buddies now. And Cena is a face who gets involved and helps heels win. I don't know. I removed that relationship immediately.
Weighing 247 pounds, one half of the World Tag Team Champions, the self-professed intellectual savior of the masses,
Yeah, I really want to just forget that any of that just happened. It's just I thought I'd at least explain why I think what happened. Now, why Ryback and Warrior got DQ'd for staying in the ring till 5 and then it declared them the winners, that I really don't know. I have no explanation for that. I think the game just sucks. Honestly, I think that's the answer. Well, this should be an important match for R-Truth here tonight. He could earn him and Ryder a tag title opportunity. Obviously, 2 days... Oh, nice reversal there immediately by R-Truth. Obviously, 2 days prior to TLC, no less, next week on SmackDown, it would be a huge shift for Edge and Christian to instead be facing off against Truth and Ryder for the tag titles in a TLC match. But it could happen. It could happen. Sandow and Steiner, if Sandow loses tonight, Sandow and Steiner may very well lose those tag titles next week. I think the only thing that will not be playing in the favor of Truth and Ryder is the fact that Truth's putting in all the work. I don't know if Ryder would be able to hold his own there. I'm not trying to talk down to him. It's just Ryder hasn't been doing too great lately. He's right at the bottom of the SmackDown rankings, and I feel like this is all to the credit of R-Truth. I feel like really it should have been Ryder against Sandow tonight, but Truth wanted to prove something tonight. He wanted to win a shot at the tag team titles. Truth is a former world tag team champion. It was actually about this time last year that he was last holding that world tag team title, I think. I might be wrong about that, but I think that's about right. At least when I can't remember things from last year, and then I remember that it was actually more like a year and a half ago. It's like, okay, now I think I know why I don't remember it. I said it before many times, and I'll say it again. I really hope Season 5 is better for productivity. I sincerely hope I do a better job with that one. I don't feel like this has been a bad series. I just feel like the frequency in which it's died off has been terrible, and I am very sorry for that. I'm trying my hardest to just finish this one up. Hopefully the next one won't be nearly as slow. I do kind of weirdly feel, I mean, you may have noticed this throughout the later part of this season. I've kind of started to sit back and just, like, I play Booker and then whatever happens in the match happens at this point. I used to very much want, like, certain things to happen. I'm kind of rolling with it a little more. It's going to lead to some very short reigns and some very confusing title changes and stuff, probably. And maybe I'll need to get more involved again in the future. But I kind of find it more interesting for me, personally, to just react to whatever the hell happens rather than try and set things up to go a certain way. Nice takedown there by R-Truth. I mean, R-Truth beat Scott Steiner last week. If I was playing the matches, Steiner would have definitely won that. But I feel like it's maybe not so very realistic. But it's the only thing I don't like is everyone's win-loss records are very 50-50. No one's really a dominant winner, and well, we do have some predominant losers, but everyone's records are very 50-50 for the most part. I mean, we have the odd person who has a really good win rate, but I feel like if the game gets its hands on it, then that's going to change. Now, of course, up next we have a big match coming your way. The Intercontinental Championship on the line. I cannot wait to see what happens when Sheamus and Andre the Giant meet one-on-one for the one title here on SmackDown that Sheamus has never won. Sheamus has never once held the Intercontinental Championship. Sound familiar? That might change here tonight. Big belly to belly by R-Truth. I tell you, Truth has really been holding his own against Damien and Sandow. This is reminding me of how he held his own against Scott Steiner. Is Truth just on a roll lately? Uh-oh. Never mind. Oh, and there you see the terminus from Damien Sandow, which has won him many matches in the past. And oh, it did not win him a match here tonight. Don't forget about Damien Sandow's other finishing move, the You're Welcome, which he introduced as a way to take a petty shot at Raw's world champion at the time, the WWE champion, The Rock. says that it's better than the rock bottom ever was. That is a lie.
Hey, get down from there. Don't make me come get you. You're gonna do anything.
Don't make me come get you. He sounded so afraid as he said it. Oh, bicycle kick failed to connect. That would have been crazy.
It's been so physical.
And a chop from Sandow. And we're seeing that ruthless Sandow. That more aggressive Sandow. You know, I mean, he's got to be prepared to go to war at TLC. A TLC match against Edge and Christian. Very experienced tag team. They've been in that match before. And, you know, obviously, he's going to be prepared for that.
This is an undying will to succeed. What incredible impact.
Oh, here we go. Never mind. R-Truth was looking for little Jimmy. Sandow manages to keep him down.
Back and forth.
R-Truth once again. Sandow. Lil Jimmy! That put away Scott Steiner last week. Will it put away Sandow this week? R-Truth earns himself a tag team title opportunity. So there you have it. Next week it will be Truth and Ryder for the World Tag Team titles just 2 days before TLC. Will Truth and Ryder be the next World Tag Team champions? I don't know. And here comes Edge, who will be competing for the... Oh! Edge, who has changed his outfit very quickly. And here comes Truth. Truth, what are you doing? Truth, what are you doing? Truth, saving Sandow, what are you doing? R-Truth, I guess realistically he could be the one facing Edge and Christian for the tag titles. Will R-Truth and Zack Ryder be the World Tag Team Champions next week coming out of SmackDown? Only time will tell. I mean, anything can happen here in the WWE. Well, we must move. My controller keeps turning off. I'm trying to use a different PS3 controller because the other one sucks. This one might be worse. Oh boy. Well, it is now main event time, and what a main event we have for you here.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Intercontinental Championship. Making his way to the ring from Grenoble in the French Alps, weighing 476 pounds, he is the Intercontinental Champion, the 8th wonder of the world, Andre the Giant.
He's giant, he's lethal, and he has the Intercontinental Championship. I will say this, and this is no disrespect to Big E Langston, but Andre the Giant, he is in the big leagues now. He's facing off against some superstars he's never gotten a taste of in the ring before. I mean, obviously, his debut match as a SmackDown superstar was defeating The Big Show at Survivor Series, a man who is now headed on to the World Heavyweight Championship at TLC. But I will say this, Andre the Giant has not yet faced someone like Sheamus, and what Sheamus has is maybe a little bit of an advantage instead of The Big Show is, of course, Sheamus is very agile, Sheamus is very quick, and he is just as strong. And I think this could be a very interesting match. This might be the end of it for Andre already.
And introducing the challenger from Dublin, Ireland, weighing 272 pounds, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus.
This is, of course, Andre's first time defending the Intercontinental Championship since winning it, and it might be his last. Sheamus has never won the Intercontinental Championship. Initially was the reason he had focused on Big Show in the championship, but I mean, I give Paul Heyman credit. Like, I don't like some of the things he said about Sheamus. I feel like he went way too harsh on one of his top stars, but I will say this, you know, Big Show has defeated Sheamus on, I think, 3 different occasions. 2 singles matches and a tag match. I do feel like Big Show does have a rightful claim to the World Heavyweight Championship. And speaking of the champion, sorry, I didn't mean to get cut off there. It's just there was no pre-match graphic, but here's the World Heavyweight Champion himself, who is obviously, I would imagine, not too thrilled that Sheamus was removed from the World Heavyweight Championship match and that he must now face Big Show. I said this before, I feel like Mark Henry may be a little afraid of facing the Big Show. I mean, that is one of the most successful men ever in this series, and he has never had a World Championship reign. Well, barring the ECW title, but because that's no longer around anymore, we don't really talk about it. And obviously, I'm not trying to talk bad about the ECW, but it feels, in retrospect, as much as I try to build it up, it still feels like WWE ECW. You can expect this one to go long. You can expect this one to be brutal. I'd be very interested in finding out who comes out of this one with the Intercontinental Championship. And of course, we now know that Mark Henry will be defending that World Heavyweight Championship against Big Show in a chairs match. The only chairs match confirmed for TLC. I'll be very interested in seeing who comes out with the World Heavyweight Championship. This is a gigantic opportunity for the Big Show. He's waited a long time for this.
With the championship at stake, you know these superstars will give everything they have to win here tonight. He put all his weight behind that.
So far, Andre
Hard shot to Sheamus.
coming in very hard here on Sheamus, and it's good to see Sheamus get a little bit of offense back here. I was starting to wonder if this was going to be a one-sided fight.
He's putting those educated feet to good use. He's got him up. Tilt-the-world backbreaker. I'm having a hard time figuring out what they're going to do next. A huge reversal from the Giant. And there's the reversal. He's still not through.
Well, back and forth, these two have already gone. My voice is a little fried, so if I'm a little quiet, forgive me.
Now with complete control.
I've Michael Cold myself today on SmackDown.
Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in
It
the other.
is unfortunate because I also really need to do Raw. Otherwise, I've only got one episode to upload. So if I'm a little rusty on Raw, that's why. We already know that next week on SmackDown, the World Tag Team Championships will be on the line. R-Truth and Zack Ryder up against Damien, Sandow, and Scott Steiner for the World Tag Team titles.
Tonight here on Friday Night SmackDown, and we're still rolling. What a nasty elbow. Whoa, now that's getting dropped.
It could happen. We could see a title change next week on SmackDown. I mean, we could see a title change. Wait a minute, Andre getting in the face of the Mark Henry, the champions. Andre, what are you doing? Andre, no!
No, completely caught off guard.
Andre the Giant putting his hands on Mark Henry. Ooh, back body drop sends down Sheamus.
Looks like we're going back inside. Look out. 4. Over the last 10 years,
Chop and
SmackDown has
boot
excited the WWE universe
across the face of
most memorable
Sheamus.
television history. And we're witnessing more amazing moments here tonight.
I have been told that following his interference in tonight's earlier matchup, it will be John Cena and Robert Scorpio next week on SmackDown. So I guess we'll see if Scorpio can have his own ruthless aggression moment. Probably not, though. Probably not. Clock blocked. And a side suplex takes down Andre the Giant.
Ouch! You can hear that in different time zones. He was able to reverse and get out of that.
Andre. Ooh. Doing the hoppy thing. You know, the thing where he gets on his back and he hops. It's a good thing. It's a good I've got nothing to say. Back body drop once again. It feels like Andre has been very dominant here. Yeah, oh, my voice. Oh my god.
What's Sheamus be looking to do
One
now,
moment.
King? Oh, jeez. You know, these competitors are so evenly matched, I wouldn't even begin to guess at this point. What a reversal.
Sheamus, big belly to belly. Go for it.
And a reversal from Sheamus. He missed.
I gotta say, I'm very interested in Mark Henry's involvement in this match moments ago. I figured he was out here to play mind games with the man that will no longer be facing him for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh man, that's gotta hurt.
But instead, he got in the face of Andre the Giant,
More hurt.
who Andre did not hesitate to lay his hands on. And now a big bear hug here. Andre the Giant trying to choke the life out of Sheamus.
WWE champion.
Back inside the ring goes both of these two, and Andre, he's very proud of himself for that. Belly to belly slams down Sheamus flat on the mat on his back, no less. And now Andre the Giant. Uh-oh. Here we go. That big splash. And that is one in many matches in the past, and it does not here tonight. I was about to say it does, but it did not. Sheamus kicked down at 2. These two really going at it now. The fans are on their feet. And Andre is also on his, walking all over Sheamus. Big elbow to the face of Sheamus there. Andre the Giant. Ooh. Taken down. And I forgot to announce this earlier. I'll announce it now. Oh my god, I forgot. It has been confirmed for those of you that are waiting to find out. At TLC, in the ring, we will see the return of The Undertaker, everybody. He will be back in action at TLC, the first ever World Heavyweight Champion. I don't know if he's bringing Kane with him. I don't know if they've finally been reunited. But I am very pleased to announce that The Undertaker will be back at TLC. Very excited about that.
This is a grueling championship match. Nobody wants to lose this opportunity.
Side suplex there by Sheamus, taken down Andre the Giant. I told you this match would go long, but I must admit, it feels like any time Sheamus gets even the littlest bit of control of this match, it very quickly shifts back to being all Andre. The Giant just seems to be a million steps ahead of Sheamus in this match. Lifts him up and oop, down he goes. Sorry, Sheamus. Belly to belly once again to Andre. Sheamus giving it his everything in this match. He wants that Intercontinental title so bad. I'll tell you what, you beat Andre the Giant, I'd imagine you're in for a real good reign. But then again, I said the same thing about Big Show. You beat Big Show, you're in for a good reign. And, well, if Andre was to lose here tonight, I guess I've been proven wrong. Andre had an incredible NXT Championship reign. I do wonder if history will repeat itself with that reign of dominance. I mean, a lot of his NXT title matches, they would have ended about 8 minutes ago. A lot of those NXT title matches, Andre the Giant simply went in there, dominated, hit that elbow or the splash, and he won that thing almost immediately. Cover attempt here on Sheamus and only a 1 count. Of course, the NXT champion, Big E Langston, I mentioned this before, he says he hopes Andre holds on to that title for a long time because he wants a shot at the Intercontinental Championship. He wants Andre one-on-one here on SmackDown down the line. Oh, down goes Sheamus. And he launches him. Andre there. Oh my good God, he should have stayed sat on him. He should have pinned him right there. Andre the Giant into the cover on Sheamus. He still kicks out. I imagine those ribs have got to be really hurting off of that big seat, that big leapy sit down. And oh my God, Sheamus showing that he has still got it, whatever it may be. Rakes the eyes of Andre the Giant, and another back body drop. We got a lot of those in this match. And uh-oh, the Andre finishing elbow laying out on Sheamus, still the Intercontinental Champion. Took the words right out of my mouth, as here comes his buddies, Damien, Sandow, and R-Truth. I fucking hate this game. Holy shit. What a sight. You know what? No, I love this game. I take that back. Look at this. What a beautiful sight.